guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be showing you how I do my DIY graphic t-shirts. So let's just go through the things you're going to need. You're going to need, obviously, to print out some stencils. You're going to need an X-Acto blade to cut them out. You're going to need some contact paper to make your stencil. This is kind of like one big sticker. It's like a dual-sided wax paper thing going on that has a sticky side. Some fabric paint. This one is the Jacquard textile. I like this stuff. It leaves the shirts feeling still soft after you've painted. And you're gonna need something to apply it with. I like these sponges here. They just kind of like stipple on. Okay, so I've already started by cutting my contact paper to size. And I've also printed out kind of the stencil that I want. I've just used like an outline. I just used like Microsoft Word or whatever to make these. And so to start, I'm just going to tape them onto my contact paper, kind of spacing them the way that you want them to be on your shirt. So now you're ready to cut it out, so you just want to go in with your X-Acto knife, and you want to be pretty careful. I just put a fresh blade on this to be nice and sharp. If you need to, make sure you get parental supervision or get a parent to help you out with it. But basically we're just going to cut out these shapes now. Okay, so for letters that have like the circles within them, if you cut around the letter, obviously you're going to lose that part and it's going to be all filled in. So what I like to do is I like to leave kind of little bridges into these little island shapes here, and then we can either cut them out or paint over them later. So you can see there how I've left it connected. Okay, so I have all of the cutting done, and it doesn't come out perfect. You just kind of work with what you end up with. There's some little bobbles here and there, like on the round shape. To attach it to our t-shirt, I'm just using a plain white one, and I'm going to be doing black ink on that. Obviously you can mix it up. I've washed this shirt beforehand, and that's to get off any of the chemicals. I didn't wash it with any fabric softener because any kind of chemicals that are on the shirt can kind of impede the fabric paint sticking to it properly. I've also ironed this shirt, and that just makes sure that there's no wrinkles and that the paint's going to go out nice and evenly. And then I'm going to take a piece of cardboard, and I'm going to just put this between the two layers of the t-shirt, and that's going to stop any paint from going through to the back side. Okay, so now I have everything kind of folded and tucked nicely. It's all centered onto the cardboard. And now we are going to apply our stencil, and I find it helps to try on the shirt and kind of position the stencil over your shirt and kind of measure things out and see where you want it to sit. I kind of want mine to be about 4.5 inches down from the neckline, and that measures to the top of my first word. And then once you're happy with it, just go along and press down all of the little bits in between all of the letters to make sure everything's kind of sticking nicely to the shirt. I'm going to go in with my fabric paint here. Like I said, I'm using the Jacquard textile color. I think this leaves it feeling nice and soft. It lasts a really long time. Just make sure that whatever paint you're using will work with the material that you're using. So this is fine for natural and synthetic fibers. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a little bit of paint onto my sponge. And the key to getting a really nice even application without it bleeding underneath your stencil is to kind of stipple some off. And I like to go in with a pretty dry sponge and just stipple straight up and down. And this takes a little bit longer because you kind of have to build up your paint. But in this way, you never oversaturate the fabric and it never bleeds out underneath your stencil, and hopefully you end up with nice clean edges and lines. Okay, so I'm all done stippling that on now. yeah, so I will check back in a little while once this is kind of set and dried a little bit, and yeah, so I'll be right back. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back in and fill in our little lines that we left to connect everything together. I'm just going to take a flat or angled brush . You usually get cleaner lines if I peel the stencil off right away, but where this was such a complex design, I was nervous to do that just because I was scared I was gonna like smear paint by doing it. But if you're doing a simpler design, definitely try that, because I have had better results with that. Once everything's dried, make sure you follow the instructions that are with the paint. So for mine, I have to let it dry for 24 hours to set, and then I have to lock it and set it in with a hot iron for 30 seconds. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'm excited for maybe some of you guys to try out this technique. If you do, let me know how it works out for you. Leave me some comments down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.